Looks like we have Rich on here already. It's been kind of a long week with Easter going on and Easter week, Holy Week. No stores open half the time, and it's hard to get around. So it's been a little bit different. Let me see if I can get this thing off here. And there we go. So we are live on here. Let's see if we get some people tonight. How many we got going on here? But it should be a good night tonight. We had a lot of good videos out this week, and they did actually pretty good. We've actually done a few videos. One of them did phenomenal. I think it's up to like 15 or 20,000 people or something like that so far. So we got Big Johnson on here. How you doing, Big Johnson? Like the name. Let's see, who else we got on here? We're up to 15 really quick, so this is good. Let's hope we can get a lot more on here. So who else we got? Sinfuls is on here. Mike D, good morning. Great channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's see, who else we got on here? We got 15 people, so 18 now, and 2 thumbs up already. Let's see if we can get those thumbs up going, guys. Let's see, doing well, good. Let's see if we can get some questions. Anything is pretty much game tonight. We can talk about anything. We can talk about the BRICS. We can talk about just about anything, except politics. John Harris says, hi, Steve. I'm even open to a little politics, but not much. I don't want to have bashing or anything like that. I know sometimes you can talk. Hello, Steve. Let's see. Travel Discovery. Hello, Steve. How is Pax? Does he still live near you? He does live near me, yes. See, Jean Lamb. Hi, Jean from Valdosta here. There we go. Lynn says, new haircut, Steve. Yeah, I got a haircut this past week, so that was nice. I go to Ernie's Barbershop in Tracy. They're actually really good. I like Ernie's. Scuba Guy. Hi, Steve. I'm watching from Denmark. Always watch your channel. We actually have 2 guys in our group who are from Denmark. Big John says, I really didn't understand the BRIC thing. Guess I just haven't heard anything about the BRIC. It's a group of nations. It's Russia, China, India, and Brazil, and a few other nations that have joined them. And they're trying to form their own money. Now, some people are saying that's going to take the dollar down, and I'm not sure it will, because most of those countries are kind of like, their economies are not really that great. Russia doesn't have a great economy. India has a pretty decent economy, and China has some faltering things going on too. But so doesn't the U.S. So, and not everybody's going to give up on the U.S. So I'm kind of like a moderate on there on where I stand on that. I'm not sure what's going to happen. It could go either way. Tom Pierce says, good morning. How is the weather in paradise? Actually, it's getting hot and kind of muggy here, Tom. And let's see. Chuck says, hi from San Diego. Pat Keen, bonjour, Steve. Edward Perenboom, there's a familiar name. Hello, Stephen, listening from Texas. Talk on BRICS. We can talk on whatever you guys want. You guys can start up any subject you want. But that is an interesting subject. The other thing is that, like with China right now, doing that and being the person that's going around to all these countries doing it, there are a lot of countries like Ecuador and stuff like that, and also Belize is kind of centered on the American dollar. Although they have a Belizean dollar, it is kind of modeled after the U.S. dollar and pegged to that, as are a lot of other currencies too. Chasing my Asian queen. Good morning, everyone, from Vero Beach, Florida. There we go. Michael L says, good evening, Steve. How you doing, Mike? It's good to see you on here again tonight. David Hess. Good evening, Steve. How you doing, David? Let's see. We're up to 41 and 9 thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Just Stuffing Things says, Chuck from Canada. Good morning. Love your videos. I get a lot from them. And I've been downsizing big time for a move to the Philippines. That's good. That's the first part of it, is downsizing, man. That's the biggest part right there. It was, for me, getting rid of all my furniture, my car, everything. It was hard to do. It's a hard thing to do. You guys have kind of like a weird view of me tonight, because I'm here and I'm doing it on my iPad in my bedroom, as you can see probably. Let's see, Mike D. How do you feel about cryptocurrency? I invest once in a while in cryptocurrency when I get a feeling about that it's going to do something, and I haven't had that feeling in a long time. So I did invest a little bit in Shiba Inu, just because if it ever goes to a penny, you can make some money on it. But no biggie. Gary Higgins says, Atlanta, Georgia here. How you doing, Gary? Welcome aboard. Running Man 21, good evening, Steve. Travel Discovery, how are the movie theaters? Have not been to one yet. Actually, Travel Discovery, they're just like they are back in the U.S. I went to the one here in SM Tracy here, and I think I went to one other one somewhere else. I can't recall, but I remember going to someplace else. I think it might have been over in Dasmo once, and they're nice theaters. They're just like in the U.S. It's the same thing. I want to go see John Wick 4, but I might end up just getting it on my computer here. So, Lynn says, try Hello Hello and I. Um, I'm not really a big fan of that. It looks like too sweet for me. And I like sweet, but I don't like that sweet. Nick D says, what's up, Mr. Steve from Charlotte, North Carolina. There we go. How you doing, Nick D? Lynn says, ice cream this summer? I love ice cream, and trying to get good ice cream here is actually hard. You can get ice cream here, and there's like Cold Stone ice cream, which is good. They have good ice cream there, but it's hard. They're few and far between. And I'm a big fan of orange sherbet. That's my favorite, and you cannot get orange sherbet here anywhere. Michael L., surprised that you had a video the day before Easter. Yeah, well, last week we missed, don't forget. So, I mean, I'm actually going through a breakup. So, I mean, and I'm not going to talk about it on here tonight, but I mean, it's something I'm going through. So, I'm here all alone now. That's why I'm in the room here, actually. And let's see, Running Man 21. Does anyone have PNC Bank and know if it works in PI without a VPN? I'm not sure. PNC Bank. I'm not sure about that one, Running Man. Sorry, I can't help you on that one. Sinful's Lynn says just ate a bowl of cookies and cream with chocolate syrup. There we go. Steve Ameripino. Hello, Steve from Baton. Okay. Let's see. Sinful says Travel Discovery Theaters here are really good quality and technology. Yeah, the sound's just the same as back home, if not better. Lynn says Sinful's cool. Let's see. Sinful says John Wick 4 was good. I might see if I can find it on Apple TV if it's available on there right now. Tom Perry, have you got a lot of guys in your local group with long beards? Making plans to come between May and July. Wonder if I can take the heat. Never been there this summer. We have had guys with beards before, Tom, but not with long beards. No. But she'll fit in. We have like our main group now has become. I focus more on the dinner crowd that we have, and it fluctuates between 20 to 60 people at any given time because some people travel, and a lot of people that are retired. Some of them go home and come back once in a while. Last time we met, I'd say we had about 25 people. Before that, we had like, I want to say it was 50 was the one before that, and then we had like 60 almost one time, and it fluctuates up and down all the time. Because a lot of people call me and say they can't make it or whatever, but some people do. Let's see. Kevin Workman, good evening. Sent you a good video on Messenger concerning bricks. I actually saw that, Kevin. Thank you. I didn't get to watch it or anything because I just saw it just before I came on here. So I'll try to. I saw it on there though. Let's see, that I found very informative. He says Michael L says the bricks will fail in their attempt. The yuan is not really a market currency. No, it's not. It floats within a range set by the Chinese Politburo. That's why they're saying, one of the guys is saying that he doesn't think it'll make it because the yuan is, it's not set by the markets, it's set by somebody else. So that's probably the biggest thing that's going to cause failure amongst the BRICS, and it might actually cause problems for all of them versus for the dollar. It might actually make the dollar stronger. So some people are actually saying it could make the dollar stronger in the end because people don't want to deal with the yuan because it's going to be toilet paper also. And the dollar might end up being toilet paper at the same time. Who knows the way things are going. Gene Lamb says, would like to see John Wick on a big screen. I would too. I might actually see if it's still playing this week and go see it. Sinful says, Cold Stone is overpriced here in my opinion. Yes, it is expensive. But sometimes I'll pay for something if I like it. I mean, even Chili's is expensive. And I was there yesterday, and it was the only store that was open at Alabang Town Center when I was there. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I got a bit of a cough tonight, so you're gonna have to kind of deal with me tonight. Wanderlust Asia. Hey, Steve. I'm thinking of buying some farmland in Salang for retirement. I like the area, but how's living around that area full time? It's okay. It's not bad living around this area. South of Manila is not bad at all. I mean, it's because you can travel pretty easy. I like it. Let's see. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine experience. I downsized 2 years ago before making my move to the Philippines. To be honest, I was much happier and less stressed with all that stuff. Let's see. Big Johnson. Ooh, orange sherbet. I like lime as well. I like lime lemon sherbet, orange sherbet. I actually like. My favorite is lemon sherbet, but if they have it, but that's very, very hard to find. Let's see. Mike D says, Stevie, you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Sinful says, Wanderlust, Asia, Salang area is nice. Cool at night, less bugs due to cool nights. Travel Discovery says, is sherbet in general hard to find? You can find mango ice cream here, which is kind of like sherbet, but it's really not sherbet. But it's delicious and it's good. But finding like sherbets, yes, it's kind of difficult to find. Big Johnson says, how about bowling alleys over there? There are bowling alleys, yes. I actually just found a place and a place that has pool tables, and I saw it on a map, so I got to try to go check this place out because we've been talking about getting together and doing like some pool games. Some of the guys in the group, so we actually have a pool table right down the street here too, which is kind of nice. Gene Lim says, love orange shirt. That's my favorite, Gene. William says, good morning, good evening. Big Johnson, I saw someone comment that Asian people are more common to be lactose intolerant. Don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure. I've never heard that one before. George says, hi all. Duke Dreslin says message retracted. Tom Pear, Nick D, how often do you go to the PI? I live near you. Sinful says, my wife and I had one scoop of Cold Stone each in Alabang Town Center. It was $9. Yes, it is expensive there, yes. I had some of their apple flavored ice cream before. It was pretty good. RLV says PH March inflation 7.6 going down. That's good. Actually, the economy's doing phenomenal here. I gotta say that. Duke Dresden, our evening from Negros all. Sinfuls, I like sherbet but have not found any at all. It's very, very difficult to find. I'm wondering if they might have some at SNR or something like that. Wanderlust Asia, Sinful, thanks. Yes, it's a nice area and the price is right. Michael, they're one at SM City Cebu Mall. St. Underwood says raspberry sherbet. Yes, if you can find stuff like that here, good luck to you. I'd love to have raspberry sherbet right about now. Lynn says Lenten season here is just ordinary days, unlike before. No one is allowed to do loud singing. Everyone is quiet and just praying at home. Our traditional is no longer tradition. Just Stuff and Things says thank you for not charging to join your chat. I find a lot of the vloggers say they are not into the money, but you cannot join the chat unless you pay. This channel, we just go off the ads. So if you guys ever watch, I mean, anybody who knows my channel knows that we don't do charges for joining any clubs or, any of that stuff. I just ask that you just please watch my ads, and that helps the channel. It's the only way that we get paid is when you let the ads run. And, I don't expect you to watch 45-minute ads or anything like that, so just skip by those. But, I mean, if you can watch the ads, that helps the channel. So thank you, guys. And no, we'll never, ever charge, we never have super chats or anything like that, so don't worry about it. Travel Discovery says, yes, many Filipinos are lactose intolerant. My Filipina friend is. Lazy Larry says, hi, Steven and everyone. How you doing, Lazy Larry? It's good to see you on here, man. ROV says, majority of Philippine people are lactose intolerant. I, for one. There we go. Sinfuls, we have 78 watches. Let's see, 75 now, so we're going down a little bit. But only 19 thumbs up. Let's hit it, folks. Thanks, Sinfuls. Lazy Larry Lee says, watch the ads. Thank you, Larry. That's appreciated, man. Michael Lee is on board. It's good to see. Hey, guys and gals. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience. You're right about the local ice. Philippine Joe's, your name is so long on here, right, that what it does is it makes it so that it cuts off part of it, I think, when you have a long name like that. Just FYI, that it cuts off your chat. So I can only see part of your chat. It like slices off the end of it. You're right about the local ice something. And it says, never seen half this stuff. Ubi, ice cream, buku. I would kill for some butter pecan. But it cuts off part of your thing there. Lazy Larry C says, Lazy Larry Lee says, hi, Sinfuls. Sinfuls says, hi, Larry. Michael L says, calamansi sherbet. There we go. Well, calamansi is pretty close to lime, I guess. I've never tried their calamansi sherbet, though. Does it taste just like lime, Michael? That's my question. Michael Lee says, hey, man, I am here. That's good, man. So you are in country now? That's awesome. So we're down to a 72. We're supposed to be going up, and instead we're going down. But I know some people just check in for like 10 minutes and just see what we're talking about. But sky's the limit, guys. If you guys want to talk about anything, we're open here. You guys got any questions you want to ask or anything? Pumpkin Joe says, no worries, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just want to let you know that when you do that and somebody's using an iPad or on some computers, it will cut off most of your chat. Now that's a small sentence, but if you had kept on going, it would have cut off some of your words. Travel Discovery, how is your cellulitis? That's actually a good thing to talk about because I went to my doctor, and it was not my skin doctor, my dermatologist. She put me on antibiotics, and for the first time, I'll say in probably 3 years or more, that my legs are actually back to normal, kind of. So it's really she's pretty much got a cure between that and I got like a Nivea lotion that I use. But yeah, it's in good shape. Michael L says Manila on Good Friday evening is the only time the streets are empty because everything is closed. It is an eerie feeling. You're right, Michael. When I was walking around the mall the other day, and we come out of Chili's, I went to walk around. I was getting ready to walk around the mall at Alabang Town Center, and everything was shut off or closed, or you couldn't go there. You could only walk to Chili's and walk out. And then they had the ice cream place at Cold Stone, which was open, but they didn't have any customers really there. Very few. Michael Lee says, negative, Steve. I will be headed to the States. Okay, I gotcha. Mike D says, Steve, you were saying you don't think it's good to come on the tourist visa, but how is someone supposed to go there that's under 50? Yes, then I agree, yes. If you have to wait or whatever, yeah, then just come over on the tourist visa. It's not that I don't think anybody should come here on the tourist visa. I think nobody should come here on a tourist visa if you come in permanent. Unless you plan on traveling a lot. I mean, think about it. We have another COVID or something like that. You're gonna, you might overstay your visa to try to stay here. And if you have a wife or a girlfriend or something like that, it might cause problems. A wife, you could stay here, but you should register to change your visa as soon as you get married or something like that. Sinfuls, Michael L. Yes, should have went for a drive today. Ha ha ha. Actually, it was a great day out there on the streets today. Robert Olmida, good evening, Steve. Your hair looks darker. Did you put some hair color? No, I did not. Michael Lee, I'm actually happy. That's a good thing. Tom Pierce says, I went out for a ride and left the play all your videos on for your channel. Your voice scares away robbers. Maybe it is your commercials. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. At least I'm good for something, right? Tom's away says, I walked past the Chili's today. Made me think of you. I go in there quite a lot. If you ever stop by there, you see me in there. I go there like once or twice a month. So, and we are going to be doing our dinners pretty soon. I'm probably going to start putting that together this week. Okay, Michael L. says, Mike D., there are other visa available, investment visa or marriage visa. Yes, there are. But they're very difficult for some people to fall under because most people are coming here just to live or stay here. So it's best to do the SRRV if you're over 50. It just is. Zane Underwood says, Steve, I'm always looking for tips to help with how did you come to terms with getting rid of all your stuff and what was the key to help facilitate it? Wow. I did a video on that a while back, Zane. You may want to check that video out. I talk about how I got rid of all my stuff. I just got rid of everything, man. I just figured if I can't take this with me, I got down to 2 suitcases and a carry-on. That's how much I got down to it. I just figured if I couldn't take it with me, no computers, no nothing like that, I figured I will buy that when I get to the Philippines, and I bought a nice Apple computer. I'm glad that I got it too. I actually love my Apple. RLV says, visited Santa Rosa and Tagaytay yesterday. Many ongoing projects. Yes, there are. There's actually a lot of stuff going on in the Philippines right now. Sinful says, RLV, you drove past my house then. LOL. Michael L. Calamansi is lemon. I always think of calamansi as lime because it's green. But so it's like a mini lemon then? Is that what it is? Okay. Michael Lee, Steve, look into changing the view. We don't like seeing up your nose. So I'm trying to, let me go like this. No, I know it's looking up. That's why I'm trying to look straight at the camera. Michael Onstad, low. How you doing, Michael? Mike D, Exactly. I think you need 50K or something for investment visa. Yeah, it's a lot of money, I think. If not, I remember it was a lot. So tourist for 2 years is probably the answer. It's tourist for 3 years, actually. And then the SRRV. RLV says, yup, sinfuls, loving New Valley, Santa Rosa. Michael Lee says, sinfuls, hey. Sinful says, hi, Michael Lee. Let's see, we got 73 people, 32 thumbs up. So thank you, guys. And who else we got on here tonight? We got anybody else new on here or anything tonight? If so, just say hi and we'll see how things are going. Let's see. Tom's away. I'm booked to Bacoor in May, getting closer to you. There we go. We had a guy here today who was going to Bacoor after he left here. He came by to visit, a guy named Frank. Michael Leguest, nice guy too. Michael Leguest, packing now, landing on the 12th in Manila. There we go. Michael, when you get here, try to hook up with us for our dinners. Give me a yell. A lot of people. I have like a list of about 200 people, and I gotta add a few more people that have asked to join too. Zane Underwood, hey Sinfuls, how are you, brother? Mike D, yes, 2 years for me when I would go SRRV. Lynn says, eat balut, 10 pieces. You won't have any cough. You won't be alive. Michael On says, looking forward to your next get together. Yeah, Michael, it'll be good to have you there, man. Michael Onstad is our insurance guy, so I'm going to give him a big shout out on here because he has sold insurance to a lot of our expats in our group, and he is very good at what he does, and we're grateful that we have him in our group too. Michael Lee, Sin. See, Sinful says, hi Zane, doing great. Life is good. John Fetch goes on board. He says, back from 2 months in the Philippines, miss it bad. Oh, back from 2 months in Phil's, miss it bad. Loved Halo. Stephen G says, hi, I'm here, just chilling. Okay, welcome aboard, Steve G. And Zuri is on board. Zuri, hi, Stephen. Glad to see you. Chocolate Man like Philippines. Uncle Steve, when you get to the Philippines, you pay a fee and stay in the Philippines months at the airport. I don't understand that one, but okay. Michael Lee, I can't. I have to go home to Birmingham. There we go. Leonard Lund, hi from Houston, Texas. Let's see, we got 39 thumbs up, 74 people on board. We're 22 minutes in. So you guys are the king of the conversations tonight. So anything you guys want to chat about, chat away. See if we can get. We're right here, sitting here, waiting for somebody to pop up another question on here. So let's see. Here we go. Alfred C says, "Hi Steve. Finally set my alarm clock for the live stream from Las Vegas." There we go. Yeah, you guys are gonna get up early to watch it, right? Lazy Larry Lee. Hi Leonard Lund. John Smith from Norfolk, Virginia. Let's see. Sinful says. Chocolate Man, Mike, Philippines experience. No, you will only get 21-day visa upon entry. No, you get 30-day. Isn't it 30 days? Then you have to go back to the BI to extend 30-day. Let's see. I think it is. Chocolate Man, like Philippines expert, you can stay in the Philippines for something as 2, then pay a fee. Unless they change something, I don't know. It used to be. I thought it was 30 days all the time. Joe Cunningham, hi Steve. What is a good memorial park in the area? We have Forest Park here in my town. It's really nice. I like it. Sinfuls, yes, 30 days. LOL. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, 21. What the heck's he talking about? You just threw me off for a while, for a loop. Travel Discovery. Do you ever make your own burgers at home? Yes, we do. Not often do we get burgers here though. I'm not too fond of the beef that they have here, unless I get it from S&R. Steve G, yep, it's 30 days. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, would they change it to 21 or something? Because I usually hear everything. Tom Pierce, is there anyone in the group that goes fishing? Maybe you all could put together a fishing trip and charter a boat. Tom, if you get here, down near Tanza, there's boats that will take you out from the shore, but you have to have your own fishing rod and stuff like that. But yes, you could go fishing down there if you wanted to. I don't know if I'd want to eat the fish this close to Manila Bay, though. The water out there is clear, semi-clear, but it's not real clear. Okay? It's kind of got like a brownish tint, if you know what I mean. Regular guy, Steve, are you breaking up with your girlfriend? Yes, I am. We've broken up after 9 years. We just decided it wasn't working, and that's it. I don't want to really go too much into it on here for obvious reasons. But we're trying to remain friendly and see if we can keep a friendship at least out of this, and hopefully we can. Robert Almeida, Steve, what's that whiteboard behind you? That whiteboard is a board I use for notes and stuff like that, different notes, um, just different things on there that I put up there, my budget and stuff like that. Sinful says brain fart. Yeah. Let's see, Mike D. Eventually, I think the U.S. dollar may go digital. It is a possibility since government loves controlling our money. That's why XRP is going through what it is going through. Chocolate Man says yes, 30. Thanks. Let's see, Zuri, what expats do in the PI and what expats do in the what? It's probably what do expats do in the Philippines in general. Well, we relax. I do videos and vlogs and help the expats come in here. But I mean, a lot of the guys just go around during the day and do their stuff, date, whatever. The single guys and the married guys just kind of chill, relax, and do stuff with their wives or whatever. Sinful says, I get Angus Australian burgers near my house at the deli. That's good if you can get stuff like that. I like Angus burgers. I got some of those over at S&R one time. They had them. Big Johnson says, Mike D, money is digital already. For the most part, it pretty much is. Think about it. The balance in my account is just on a computer somewhere. I was thinking about this the other day that, because they're talking about all this stuff that's going on with China and stuff like that, and those balloons. And those balloons, they said, might have been linked to trying to do an EMP from that height. Because if they did an EMP, it would have to be exactly from the balloon height that those were at. Which is kind of scary when you think about it. But when you think about it, if they did an EMP strike, think about what that would do to the digital dollar. It would be a mess, an utter mess. So I'm not sure that the U.S. is really thinking about this stuff. Although they say that they have tons of money hidden away somewhere, but I mean, how much would each person get, and would you'd lose all that money that you had in your bank account or whatever. Tom BKK says, "Hi Steve, don't you think it's irresponsible for expats to self-insure instead of getting a health insurance policy?" We have guys over here with I mean, I have a friend of mine over here. He's got about $3 or $4 or $5 million in the bank, and I have another guy that's here, and he has $2 million in the bank, and I know for sure that they both have it. Do I think it's irresponsible of them? No, because if you should have at least 10,000 or more, okay? But I mean, I have 30,000 worth of insurance, almost 30,000 with the insurance policy I have, and it covers just about everything. And you kind of have to cover yourself anyway, even if you have a policy, because some of it they're not going to cover. So, do I think it's irresponsible? No, actually, I think it's more responsible because it shows that you're going to pay if you have that much put away. But I would still get like a cheaper policy. If you want to talk about that with me sometimes, let me know. The Select plan has a ward policy. You could also get a Select semi-private. You pay a little bit more for it, but I mean, it makes a substantial difference. You know what I mean? To have some insurance. Let's see. Michael says, why is it every time I give them peso coins for change, they give me more coins back? I don't know. That's a good question. You probably get the small coins. Chocolate Man says, so you can extend once you arrive ahead for a 2-month stay. You can at Manila Airport. Sinful says, Big Johnson, exactly. Zane Underwood, I can definitely be down for doing some fishing on a boat. There we go. So there you go. Sinful says, Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines experience. No, you cannot pay at the airport. I know some people, I think, they've told me that they have Sinful, so I'm not sure about that. Stephen G says, but it might be only during the day, not at night. Stephen G says, my fishing is in the market. The catch is good and clean. There we go. Michael, are you going to find a girl online now? No. I'm going to take it easy for a while. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to talk to people and see where it goes. And, I got some ideas rolling around my head, but I'm not going to talk about it on here for sure. Travel discovery. And then, I'd like to say more, but I can't. Okay. And it's kind of funny. I had something happen. Travel discovery. Do you agree that keeping small bills is a challenge? No. Well, kind of, yeah, because you kind of throw them at people. Anything below 1,000 pesos, you just kind of throw at people. At least I do sometimes. I give them as tips and stuff like that. Michael Lee says, Sinfuls, Chocolate Man, okay, thanks. Gene Lamb, I will be there in the Philippines this year for sure. Scott Ferris says, any information about e-travel forms? Yes, you have to fill those out to leave now. So that's the new thing. So when you go to leave, you have to fill out e-travel too, not just when you're coming. Zane Underwood says, does anyone remember Stuart Anderson's Black Angus? I've never heard of that, no. Sinful says, Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines experience, did it change? But understood you couldn't do that. Um, Sinful's, I've heard people doing it, but I'm not sure how they do it, because I've heard several people said that they did it there, but I don't know. Some people say no, some people say yes. That's why I say I think it's during the day you can do it, and at night they give you a hard time. Mike D says, yeah, I wasn't talking about that though, talking about cashless period. Um, just stuff and things. I find Facebook Marketplace is a good way to get rid of things. Any money made goes into my retirement Philippines account. Be amazed how fast it accumulates. That's actually a good idea, and I talked about that before. But a lot of the stuff I did, I gave it away to people that really needed it, and it really helped those people. I'm actually still in touch with those people to this day, and they're very thankful. In fact, when they call me, I see my whole living room set and kitchen set in their house, and they were poor before, so I just gave it to them, and that was in Lawrence, Massachusetts. And you're helping a family, and actually it was a family that came from another country, and they had nothing. Lynn says, welcome here in the Philippines. Gene Lamb. Pat Keene says, the World Economic Forum like to control people as well. Mike D, the U.S. doesn't think much at all. It's true, unfortunately, today. Michael Lee says, Sinfuls, what do you think? Dickie Spaz says, very true, Mike D. Tom Pear, for all the new viewers, this channel is like a talking guide to move and live in the Philippines. Just search within the channel and you will find hundreds of correct answers. Thanks for that, Tom. I wish people would understand that more, that this channel is an info channel and not a talking head about, girls and stuff like that. But I mean, we've picked up, I believe it was 1,400 viewers, subscribers this month. 1,400 for the past 28 days, I think it was as of today. I think that's close to the most, or matching the most that we've ever done in 28 days. And it's because of some of the video stuff that we did. We changed our stuff up a little bit more to do more news, because we've done all the other stuff, and I didn't want to keep talking about the same stuff that other people talk about. And I hope you guys enjoy the stuff that we're covering. Lynn says, regular guy, don't be sad. Maybe your ex isn't meant for you. Let's see. Let's see. Just stuff and things says Mike D. Neither does Canada. LOL. Mike D. Oh yeah, Canada is bad too. Ha ha ha. Sinful's Mike Lee. Sorry, missed about what? Dickie Spaz says, hello, Scott. Big Johnson, as far as currency, there's only about 400 billion in actually paper money in circulation, and most people use debit and credit cards, hence digital money. Yeah, 400 billion. As much as that sounds like a lot of money, it really is not. It's not, because you figure Ecuador uses U.S. currency, and a lot of other places do too. A lot of island countries do too. Gene Land says, Lynn, I'm part Filipino and American. I was born in PI. Anthony Thompson says, greetings from Dallas, Texas. John Fetchko says, my credit union account was unavailable online in Philippines without a VPN. Chase was fine. Michael Lee says, it seems you are about something. Sync. Let's see. Just Stuff and Things says, absolutely, Steve. Take some time and just keep enjoying your retirement. That's right, man. That's what living's all about, over here. I mean, when you go through stuff over here, and everybody's going to go through stuff, life's not perfect, and it's not even perfect for me. And I try to give you guys a lot of answers and help with going through stuff, and I'm going through my own stuff right now. But fortunately, I got a lot of good friends over here, and almost like family. And I have my family back home too, my sister and other people. So I mean, we were together 9 years, and it's not easy for her either, I'm sure. I wish her the best, and hopefully we can keep on being friends. And I think it's going to end that way. And it seems like it's kind of things everything's kind of winding down, which is good. Suri says, sorry to hear about your breakup with your girlfriend, but I believe every change can be a good thing. This can be a big opportunity for me. And that's the kind of the way I look at it too, is that it is kind of like a thing to kind of move on to the next chapter, or even start a new book, and I'm not sure what it's going to bring, but I can see some good things happening already, and I'm kind of happy about that. Michael L. CC is superior to cash and debit cards. Credit cards give rewards. Cash does not. Yeah, some credit cards are really, really good. Michael Lee says, Sinfuls, what do you think? Gene Lamb, Lynn, thanks for the welcome greeting. Sinful says, Michael Lee, not sure what you're asking about. Sorry. Sinful's distracted a bit here. Wife just got home from church tours. LOL. Tom Pierce says, Michael L. I disagree. Cash will get you cheaper price than credit cards. I kind of agree on that because credit cards eat up about 5% of your money that the store gets. They take a chunk of that, and plus, it puts you in debt. John Fetchko was told by customs extensions only available at Terminal 3. There you go. That might be it, Terminal 3. So it might just be at Terminal 3, Sinfuls. But I know that they have it there because I've heard people getting it. Michael Lee, I'm moving to the States, Sinfuls. Sinful says 94 watchers, 98 actually, and only 48 thumbs up. Let's try to thumbs up, folks. We're up to 51. Let's try to get some more thumbs up on there, guys. That helps us. Just stuff and things. I don't want to be that guy who gets here and after a few years goes broke within a few years and has to leave. Follow my channel and watch the videos about the my budget videos, because I think those will help you. That the budget videos that I put out there, I think will help a lot of people. Let's see. Chocolate Man says, so I can go to a location visa office passport stay. John Croner says, coming in July after I get set up, they would love to meet you. Yeah, if you want to meet sometime, I meet some people. I can't meet everybody, obviously, because it gets to be overwhelming because I talk to so many people during the day. I get calls all day long, and I did meet somebody today. I met a guy named Frank. Frank was a really nice guy. We sat and had probably about a 3-hour talk, and he bought a pizza for me, and I was kind of grateful for that. We got to sit and talk though, and hopefully he comes back and he joins us next year when he retires. Sinful says, Michael Lee, okay, you do what you need to do. For me, I am here for the duration. I think most of us are. David Hess says, Clark. Also, I want to get back on the sweet spot budget. The sweet spot budget is between $2,000 to $3,000 for you guys that don't know, and that's a safe place to be because it leaves money for you to save. When I say budget, I'm talking about your income, okay? Because that's the way I do it. It makes it easier to think like that when you get over here. Think of your budget, your income as your budget every month, and you have to put some of that in the bank, and you should be doing that anyway because of your 70s when you reach your 70s. Joe Cunningham says, do you think you can help me find a long-term renter of my gated condo unit in front of De La Salle Hospital? There we go. Either there or fully furnished. We'll be ready in June. Thanks. Joe, I might be able to. Actually, we have some people that are probably looking, maybe even on here tonight. If you contact me, maybe we can do a video on it. That's something we could possibly do. If you're interested in let me do a video on it. We've done videos on lots of condos and stuff like that and places. So if you contact me at steven5975@yahoo.com, and we will take a look at it. We'll do a video on it. Let's see, Chocolate Man like Mike Philippines expert. What's the best extension for someone who wants to come and go? And what do? Let's see, it's cutting off a lot, so I can't read a lot of it. The best extension, some of these extensions here you can do like 6 months after a certain amount of time if you're asking that for the tourist visa, but I'm not sure what you're trying to get at. I honestly believe that most people should try to get the retirement visa if they can, especially if they're ex-military because it's so damn cheap. Your extension is $10 a year. How can you beat that? Michael Lee says, Sinfuls, thank you. Zane Underwood, I'm going to go check out your other video you told me about, Steve, on your getting rid of your stuff. We dig all your videos, man. You have a good weekend. I'll see you on your next video. Thanks, Zane. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to you guys because this past week's been so hectic with everything going on that I haven't been putting out as many videos as I'd like to, and I think that's going to change soon because I'm just trying to right now. Like I did a video today, and I just said, I'm not sure I want to put that up. And I want to take a second look at it before I put it up because I just didn't feel it was good quality because of everything that I'm going through. So I said, you know what, I'll just hold back on this. I'll wait till tomorrow. And plus, we get the live stream tonight, too. Michael Onstad says, but we have had a few good videos in the past couple of days. Actually, some phenomenal videos. Michael Onstad says, a plan with a high deductible and a high limit might make sense. Yes, for some people. For the people that are willing to pay a portion of that, or you have some money put aside. That's actually a great idea. Zane Underwood says, see you later, Sinfuls. Sinfuls, bye, Zane Underwood. Have a good weekend. RLV says, Stephen LRT, One Bacoor Station will be ready next year. You can use it to explore the northern part of Metro Manila. David Hess says, Clark Howard is advising people to keep $400 in cash on hand for reasons mentioned. I think more than $400 you should keep on hand at all given times, especially around here. With the things that are going on in the world, I think a good load of cash would be good, and buy vacuum packed rice just in case of an emergency. Have at least a month's supply of food. I think, God forbid something happens and it hits the fan around here, you're kind of doomed. Some people say that's crazy, Steve. It's never going to happen. Look at COVID. Nobody ever thought something like that would happen, and we were short on food on here because they made us stay in our houses for a while here in Tracy Martirez. You could not leave. So keep that in mind, guys. It could happen again. For Android 101, so many subscribers, so many vloggers. The world is changing so fast. I just got here. Who girlfriend broke up? I broke off with my girlfriend, Android. Dickie Spaz says, just wait until social credit score aspect becomes reality. You say something against the government, no money for you. You reside out of the States, no more SS for you. I could actually see that happening at some point, because some of these people out there could pull something like that, but I don't know if it would happen right away. It would really hurt a lot of people, because a lot of people come to the States like the Portuguese and they leave and they go back to their home country or whatever, or Indian people do that too. I don't think they could do that without a big backlash of people. Michael Lee says, so if you had to move, Steve, would you do it? If I had to move, I would move. I'm not sure where I would move, though. I like it where I'm at, and thank God she let me stay in the apartment, because she was giving me, a bit of a hard time about that. But then she, we had a talk, and she was okay with it. And, I'm thankful that we're getting along now, so that's a good thing. Michael, good thing you didn't marry her. Yes. Sinfuls, a couple of weeks ago, we went and looked at our lot in Bataan. Have not seen it in 6 years. Sinfuls, whenever you're ready to do that thing, I'm free this week, man. If you wanted to do it, give me a call this week, and we can do a video on that. Some of the guys on here would probably be interested in seeing your condo if you want to sell it too. So, just stuff and things. Absolutely, my friend. I have watched your videos about the sweet spot, 2,000 to 3,000 a month. Yeah, that budget was something that I didn't just sit down and just throw it out there willy nilly. It's something that if you're into 2,000 to 3,000, you can always tweak that budget to save a few dollars just by either moving to cheaper housing or what have you. And that's why I say 2,000 to 3,000. The 3,000 is really the true sweet spot, but the 2,000 is still something that you can still save some money for your 70s and stuff for when your insurance is going to go sky high. Big Johnson, David Hess, I keep a couple of grand in cash in case I need to bail someone out of jail. That's actually another good idea too, but most of the time it's not a big deal to pull, to get people out of jail here. It's pretty cheap actually. But it is true. You may have to bail somebody out of jail for something stupid here, or somebody out of the hospital. You're more likely to have to bail somebody out of the hospital here, if anything. And it's usually because they don't have their card with them or something stupid, Mike D says, Steve, are you planning on moving or staying in your area? I'm planning on staying, man. When I do come, I'd like a calm crowd, not really into drinking and partying. Our crowd is pretty good, man. We have our once a month get together, but our group around here, for the most part, is still, we still have a small group here, but it's pretty decent. Some of the guys that we get coming over here are kind of touchy. I'll just say that, but the main group is pretty decent here, and our expat get together group is phenomenal. We have a really good group. We have tons of people in the group, and they're coming more often, and we're getting more people to join the group, and we get kind of quite an eclectic group now. It's really nice to have that. Charles Morrell says, budget videos research is key. Thank you all for the great information I'm learning. Thank you. Yeah, we're not putting out too many budget videos because people get sick of it, because we already covered all that stuff, and all those budget videos that I've done are still pretty relevant, Alan Garrettson says, How often does your whole group get together? It's once a month, sometimes twice a month if we do a getaway. But we haven't done the getaways because of what's going on in my life, and besides that, before that I had the cellulitis. So I'm hoping to get stuff back to normal now. For dinner or an event, and Tracy Martires are nearby. It's about once or twice a month. Sometimes we'll do small get-togethers, which we did at the pool the other day. We had about a few people go to that, and that was it. Let's see. Ken Doolittle, I've been watching you for a couple of months now, and really appreciate all you do. Thank you so much. Have a great day from Idaho. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it, man. Michael Lee, Sinfuls, help me. Sinfuls, Mike D, that is our group, mellow and mild drinkers, if at all. Yes, this is true. I mean, Sinfuls goes too. He knows what we're all about. And Sinfuls, just FYI, I think we're going to do Italian food this month. That's the thought anyway. We're not 100% sure yet. I'm going to make up my mind this week. Michael L says, I pay off my cards at the end of them every month, so no debt, no interest. If I paid cash, I would not be able to enjoy business. CC are a tool for a better life. Sinful says, Michael Lee, question mark. Let's see, Gene Lim. Wow, 27,000 is a sweet spot then. Thanks for letting us know. No, not 27,000, that's for sure. It's 2 to 3,000. Michael Lee says, love it. Gene Lamb, sorry, I mean 2,700. Yes, that's in the sweet spot. Anything between 2 to 3,000, yes, absolutely. Joe Cunningham says, thanks, Steve. Turnover is end of April. I'll ask my agent to get you a permit. We'll text you soon. Yeah, you can, Joe, I mean, you can always contact me at steven5975@yahoo.com and ask me for my phone number or whatever. I have a U.S. number if you need it, and I have a Philippine number. Whichever one you want, you can call me at and fill me in as to what to do. And I'll try to get one of my friends to go over there with me, one of my Filipino friends. And we'll go over there and we'll do a video for you. Okay, so just make sure it's all clean and ready to roll, and we'll do a video for you. We'll put the price out there. Just give us the contact information. But I won't be able to do it for like about a week or two or whatever. But whenever you're ready, let me know. Only when it's ready to go to be marketed for sure. So that way there, if somebody calls, it'll be ready to move in, because that's usually what we need. Tom Pear, can you get real maple syrup in the stores there? Yes, absolutely. I actually have some in the other room. It's in the refrigerator, and it's real. It's Vermont maple syrup, I believe, and you can get it from SNR. Sinfuls, Tom Pear, maybe at SNR or Landers. Tom's Away says, do you know if there's an immigration office near Alabang Festival Mall? I do not. I don't know what they have over there for the BI office, unfortunately. I know the one around here. Okay. Charles Morrell, absolutely have a surplus of cash, food, and water. Great thoughts. Isn't there a vlogger called PH Prepper who does videos on this? Yes, he's actually a follower of ours too. PH Prepper does a really good work for stuff like that. It's sad that he kind of limits himself to the prepper thing, but he's very good at what he does. When I see somebody that limits their vlog to just one thing, it kind of, after a while, people lose interest in it. But they say that everybody likes him, so I mean that's a good thing. But I would think that after a while, you can only talk about prepping so much, you know what I mean? But it's okay. You know, Avalon says, good morning, Steve. Thanks for sharing, always being entertaining. I think 2,000 in the form of 2,100s is a money belt. 1,000 for a walk-up airfare to get out of Dodge, and 1,000 to hang on. Probably, yeah. Sinful says, Tom's Away. Just Google for BI office in Philippines. We'll show you where they are. Michael Lee says, nobody cares about a condo or housing. You know, there are people, there's tons of people in our group that do rent condos, by the way, guys. Gary Gibson, hey, Steve, when I apply for my SRV and go to BOC Bank, do I have to wire my $1,500 right then? Because I have to call my bank to start a wire transfer. No, you can do it that night. What's going to happen, Gary, is when you come here, because you're going to be with me, they're going to give you the SWIFT code. They're going to open the account with zero money in there, and then that night you can go home and call from the hotel or whatever. Okay? So, yeah, don't worry about that. You get like you should do it that night, though. So make sure you talk to your bank back there to let them know what you're going to do. Okay? So that you'll know, it'll go through that night. So make sure that they have all that set up. Okay, Gary is a guy that's we're going to be helping. Sometime towards the end of this month. For Android 101, love is blind, but marriage restores sight. Yes, it does. Dickie Spaz says Brick's video is top shelf. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That Brick video actually did very, very well. We had a little bit of both side on there, and one guy was stating on there. He says he's an economist, and he says I'm way off, and I took a moderate view on it. I stated that I believe during the video. I don't know which way it's going to go. Nobody really knows because the BRICS are all not really economies that are all doing well. China's not doing well. Russia's not doing well. India is doing fairly well. Brazil's doing okay. The dollar's kind of faltering, but it is the default currency kind of, So I'm not sure how that's going to play out, and I don't. And some people are saying that it's not going to do a dent to the dollar. So who knows? I mean, it might not. Michael Lee says in the States, I was 780. Now it's 1500. John Bergeron says joining late, didn't get notice. You should have got a notice. Bill 777 just found your channel. Yes, immediately liked and subbed. Thank you, man. We're getting a lot of new people, Bill. So it's much appreciated that you join. That's good. Be sure to check out our older videos too, please, and please watch the ads if you can. Just Stuff and Things says Room and Steve off to have another coffee and sell some more stuff. 7 a.m. Saturday morning. Have an awesome day, guys. Let's see. Charles Morrell says thank you, bud. Just Stuff and Things. Charles Merrill, I'll be in Tanza Cavite in July, counting down the days. Where is a great coffee? There's all kinds of coffee shops around here. There's plenty. Alabang has really, really good coffee. A lot of coffee shops in Alabang, and I'm not talking Starbucks. Renee Jimenez, I never get noticed. Renee, we always notice you. Come on. You got to comment more, though. Michael L., what antibiotic did they give you to get rid of the cellulose? I'm not exactly sure. It was I think it was some sort of like amoxicillin type thing or something. I'm not sure which one it was. I want to say amoxicillin, but I'm not sure. I don't know, Michael. They just gave me like a strip and I took them. But this time here, they gave me like about 2 to 3 weeks worth of antibiotics, and that's what wiped it out. And thank God it didn't. It's actually cleared up all my skin. So everything's going away. Pretty much. It looks way better than it did. Avalon, Steve, a year from now, this will be a memory. The past is occurring as you read this word. The good news is you'll still have the rest of your life to start. The rest of your life left, starting now. Sometimes you eat the beer, sometimes the beer. Okay. Sinfuls for Android 101 depends on area where you live. My area has zero concerns. I have great neighbors and we watch out for each other. Yeah, Sinfuls lives in a really beautiful area. Michael says getting married is like having your gonads removed. Okay, Michael. Let's see. Damn Cars says a nice house is 1,000 to 2,000 here in Subic. That's expensive. That's almost like home in some places. Tom Pierce says, I guess I would move there. When I move there, I will give you $5,000 in cash so I can call you when I need bail money or speeding. Ha ha ha. There you go, Tom. Sinful Steven5975 at yahoo.com. That is our email if you guys need any help. I check it every 2 to 3 days and try to run through all that stuff. I say 2 to 3 days, but sometimes it's more than that. It's actually shorter than that, but I try to check it every 2 to 3 days and go through all the ones. Okay, Sinful says, Tom Pierre, if that were the case, I would be in trouble, LOL. Never seen speeding issues with police. Just a few spots on the Skyway are heavily monitored. Michael Lee says, Sinfuls, thank you. Sinfuls, Michael Lee, you're welcome. Brian Grady, how stable do you think the Philippines will be with the issues going on with China and Taiwan? That's a good question. I think the economy here is going to be like Singapore, honestly, pretty soon. I think I see major changes in the country. Just in the past few months, I've seen some major changes, and I'm telling you, man, I think the Philippines is moving up. I mean, GDP and everything. And the stores and everything are changing. Since COVID, man, I've really looked at watched this country change a lot. Sinful says, Brian Grady with EDCA and the U.S., it certainly makes it much better. John Fetchko says, when I arrived in Phil's, Two separate women readily lent me their phones to call my girlfriend. Not sure that I would fly in U.S. Brian Grady Sinful's Edka. He's asking what Edka is. Zuri 2 to 3,000 is not exactly a spot. I really hope you will narrow the gap to less the $500. No, I think 2 to 3,000 is a good spot, Zuri. To be honest with you, 2,000 would be the lowest, and you could still save some, and that still stands even to this day. That 2 to 3,000 is a pretty decent amount. See, Kevin says message retracted. Michael says marriage is a tool like anything else. For instance, it is a lot easier to buy a house in the States as a married couple. Sinful says Brian Grady Enhanced Defense Agreement Corporation. Agreement. That EDCA thing is really good. Biero Gano says, I will try a few months Cebu as base. First weeks, get to know area, then work outwards. You got to have a base. If Cebu's your base, that's not a bad base. Michael Flaherty says, good morning. How you doing, Michael? Gary Gibson, thanks much, Steve. Yes, I've already talked to my bank, and they've explained to wire transfer process, so all should be good to go. Okay. If you need to talk, Gary, you can always call me. Charles Morrell, Kevin Workman, I will do both. PH is cash is king or queen. It's kind of funny how we're in almost a all cash society here, pretty much. K Fox says, hi, Stephen. Happy Easter. You too, K Fox. Michael says, marriage in America is a horrible contract for a male. Yes, it is. John Bergeron, I live in a condo next to this SM Mall and love it. Swimming pools, gyms, and love it. I want to get back to what Michael said about marriage. I think in the United States, the way they have made marriage, it's almost impossible for a man to have a decent marriage. You're pretty much giving up your life, because if you go through a divorce, man, you're going to be left in the trash. John Bergeron, I live in a condo next to swimming pools, gym, and love it. For Android 101. Sinful's all real estate is local, but in the country is poor. 2 has shared glass on top of high walls, armed guards everywhere, worth considering. Sun Moon is on board. He says, all of us are sending you good wishes and support. Thank you, man. I actually got a call from a guy today, and I'm not sure how he picked it up, but he must have found out I was going through some problems, because he called me and he said something, and I'm not sure how he found out, but I was really kind of thankful for somebody to call up and just give me well wishes and stuff like that. And I've been getting a lot of well wishes. I really appreciate that. So I thank you guys, both from when I was sick and from going through what I'm going through now. And it's much appreciated. So thank you guys. Joe Cunningham, if we watch your videos more than once, do we get credit for the more than one view? Yes, you do. So no problems there. And you can if you run run like a playlist or something like that, all that counts. Mike D, Steve Economist, don't even know. No one knows. That's right. You're correct. But you're probably more right. Thank you, man. I don't know how right I am, but I try to give a moderate view. I try to give a view that it kind of gives both sides. That's what I try to do. I don't always come across like that sometimes, but I try to. I am a conservative, as most of you guys know, but I do try to be fair and balanced, and I do, and I read both sides, so I understand both sides, because I want to give that view on all my stuff. Sinful says, for Android 101, well, as I said, I don't have any issues in my area. Very safe, well guarded, and quiet. The area I am in is very nice. I choose here for a reason, safe and conveniences. Let's see. Michael Lee says, looking up your nose is good. I mean, I'm looking at myself when I can see myself. I don't think it's a bad view, but I'm sorry, guys. It's because of where the iPad is, and it's the only way I can do. I'm going to try to use my computer maybe next week. I'm going to do a couple tests this week because I'll have time. Simple says, Bieragano, that is where my condo is. Bieragano put up a smiley face. Michael L. Steven, I take nothing without reading the monograph for it. Bieragano Sinfuls, how much is your condo there? Bieragano, to rent or buy? Bieragano, rent, sir. Sinful says, I want to rent my condo for $25,000 or sell for $4 million. See, Michael L says, how can there be speeding issue in the Philippines? The traffic precludes it. That's pretty much true. Sinfuls, Michael L is not on expressway with minimal traffic. You can fly. Bieragano says, I can only afford rent if electricity is included. Bill777, you're welcome. I will watch. Looking forward to learning more about the Philippines. Planning to travel to Manila in a few months. Michael says politicians have made divorce laws in favor of females because they vote. Could be, but whatever reason it is, it's definitely hurt marriage in the U.S., which is sad. I mean, you talk to a lot of guys, they will not get married. Most of the younger group will not get married today. Michael L says, zoom, zoom. Renee Jimenez says, I heard they're going to build a monorail. That'd be cool if they did. I think it's something like a monorail, though. I heard something about something like that, but I'm not sure if it was a monorail. Sinfuls, Biero Gano at 25K, I would include utilities. JT, getting married in July, would I be better off with that visa or continue with my courtesy visa? I might need your person's help finishing that. JT, you can contact me at steven5975@yahoo.com and I can give you both sides of that if we talk in person, okay? Give me a call on a weekday if possible, okay, and I'll talk to you. Sinful says, I have beautiful sunset view each night overlooking the bay. Piero Gano Sinfuls, I will look up budget. John Fetchko says, good news, Imodium cheap at Mercury Drugstore. And you need lots of Imodium here, so, and I'm sure of that, because when my first year here was a rough year here. Kevin Workman, it is advisable to keep U.S. $100 bills on hand for emergencies because of the compactness compared to 10 Filipino 1,000 peso notes. I'd agree with that, but you might have problems trying to buy stuff on the way out. And if the dollar crashes or something happens like that, I would recommend having a mix of both. Sinful says, I use my cards on a regular basis, but yes, cash you want to have on hand too. Biero Ganos is at Sinfuls, I think view is great. For Android 101, Cambodia is changing too, like the Philippines, a relatively young population who all want a better life and understand money is magic, like many other places on earth. Cambodian people are really wonderful people. I went to a church back home in Massachusetts where they had a large Cambodian community around Lowell, Massachusetts, and in Billerica. And let me tell you something, the Cambodian people are hard workers and they're the most wonderful people you can meet. They're a lot like Filipinos too, except that Filipinos speak English, but Cambodian is something about them that they're very kind, sweet people too. And like I said, hard workers. Michael L., cash is necessary evil in the Philippines. Thankfully, more places to take credit cards. Michael, I can't imagine a casino without cash. They have them. Glenda Vargas is on board. Hi, Steve. How are you? I'm doing okay. Thanks, Glenda. Glenda is our secretary of our group. Let's see. Carlos Rabasa. Hi, Steve. Sinful says, I can drive from house in the valley to my condo in Manila and freeway in 35 minutes. John Crona, how much is medical insurance? It depends. We have Michael Onstad. He might be on here right now still. Michael is our insurance rep. You can post something on here. Maybe he'll see it. I'm not sure. But Michael Onstad is on Facebook. It's Onstad. Okay, it's Michael Onstad. Okay, Avalon says, Happy Easter, Valencia and Dumaguete are always waiting for you. You could always take a 3-week trip back to Mass, see family, give your brain a real relaxing reset, and get recharged when you return. I think even if I went home for a week or 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, I'd still do vlogs from there. It would actually be kind of fun doing it from Rockport or something like that. Sinfuls, they are building the subway and extending the elevated train system. I did hear something, though, about some sort of different type of train that they were talking about using, which might be interesting for the future. Joseph Komnick says, great job once again, Steve. Thank you, man. Sinful says, I have never bought Imodium. I am quite careful on what I eat or drink. Lopertomine is what I take. Michael L. says lopertomine is like a daily vitamin in the Philippines. Actually, I was taking it almost every day for a year. I took it because of the food here and germs too. And I use a lot of alcohol. I actually have alcohol all over the place here. Mike D says, yes, I'd rather have long-term girlfriend. Marriage is risky these days. It's really sad what liberalism has done, just stating the facts. I kind of feel the same way here, but if I met the right person, I would definitely get married. I mean, I think there are girls in the Philippines that are actually marriage material. They're out there. You just got to look really, really hard. For Android 101, once a man has SRV, what would compel him to marry? Love is a relative term with many definitions. Alliance marriages are still legal leverage over you in some way. Why risk your retirement on it? Yeah, I guess you could say it that way too. Yes. Sinful's Mike D. Western marriage. Yes, I am happy going on 16 plus years. Yeah, Sinful's has been married for a long time. I was with my girlfriend for 9 years, and most of those years were happy years. Up in, I mean, and we're still trying to be friends. We're working at it. Anyway. Sinful's here in the Philippines. Sperlin Edwards. Hello from Sperlin and Panga and Iloilo. There we go. Renee Jimenez, no marriage, 2 adults pay taxes, broken families easier for government to control. Michael L, I have never been in a casino other than walking through one to get someplace else. I know my math and poker skills are not up to par. Okay. If you're really good with poker, though, you can do pretty well if you know what you're doing, Michael. Especially on the electronic machines. For Android 101, actually, yet unless she is rich and beautiful, and you're being held at gunpoint, why marry? Mike, you are out of your mind. Bureau Gano says time here in Norway is 4:30 p.m. So you guys are in the afternoon. Sinful says by 2020, Philtram announced its interest in building the Cebu monorail. See, they are talking about some sort of monorail. I didn't know that. Department of Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugari announced that both the Cebu BRT and Cebu monorail. Renee Jimenez says, I drink a lot of alcohol too. Micah Coolian says, I trust her. We've never met. I'm sending her more money. Her uncle is going to start a Jollibee. Ha ha ha. Yeah, they ask you for some money for some weird stuff here, man. Especially the loads and stuff. Michael, I hope you're joking. Tom's away. We've seen people lose a lot of money for some crazy stuff. If I told you there was one guy who spent a lot of money up north for a medical thing. It was really bad. Tom's away says, I've been filling up on street food for about 150 pesos, at least 4 times a week. Stomach okay so far. Michael Coolian says, I celebrate April Fool's Day all month. There we go. Michael L, build. Michael L, Disarano for life. Sinfuls, Michael Coolian, LOL. Renee Jimenez, he's showing a glass of wine and a beer. So, let's see, we got like about 94 people on here. We're up to about 67 minutes. If you guys want to go a couple minutes further, I'm willing to go. But we're at the end of the string here. So if you guys want to throw out some more stuff or questions or whatever, I'm game for that. So, but we're gonna have some excellent stuff coming out this week. Just to let you guys know, I want to talk about this for a second. So we are gonna change subjects a little bit on the channel and do a lot more stuff, commentary on news and stuff. And I think it's kind of fun because you guys actually kind of liked it this week, and I was kind of shocked that you did like it. We do that anyway. We always kind of threw that out there, but where we are at Info Channel, I think it might, be good that we do things like that. So we'll see what happens. Because I do want to. I do like talking about that. I always like doing commentaries. So maybe that'll help. But I'm also going to keep on doing the budget videos and how to come over here. I'll keep redoing my old videos, just add new stuff to it. Joshua Settle says, longer message coming, need some advice. Josh, if you need help, you can email me at steven5975@yahoo.com and you can call me. Michael Lee says, hey, Steve and Sinfuls, you guys, let's see, you guys are ready. Can I find it from the States? Let's see, Saturn60 says, there's a 45-year-old vlogger who says paying your girlfriend an allowance that she gives to her family is only for old guys. I'm 34 and I kind of agree. Yes, I would agree with that. If you're a younger person, I would not get into paying for family and stuff. Tom's away says, where's your dermatologist? At De La Salle Hospital. She does like to talk. Okay? She's actually my regular dermatologist, my regular doctor rather, was actually the one that cured the problem more so than the dermatologist there. The dermatologist there was trying to treat the symptoms when I needed the problem solved. And the doctor over here solved that problem. So that says a lot. But she is a good doctor for minor skin stuff. Mike married to a beautiful woman, but she will talk your ear off. Good evening to the Philippines from Ottawa, Canada. There we go. Joe Cunningham. What do expats do in summer over there? Well, it's summer, almost 365 days a year here. During the summer, we go swimming here a lot more. During the warmer season. Sinfuls puts out my thing, my email, Steven5975 at yahoo.com. Biero Gano says, what if I find out I want to buy a condo? Is it allowed to have income with an SRRV visa? Yes, of course. Yes. Sinfuls, Joe Cunningham, same thing as winter. When you do the SRRV, you can do a job over here. You can have a job. You can work. You can get a TIN number and all that stuff if you want to. Sinfuls, Joe Cunningham, same thing as winter. LOL. It is. It's true. Tom Pear, definition of marriage certificate, piece of paper that the lawyer makes money off of. That's true too. For Android 101, y'all can watch Bloomberg Live here on YouTube. Gene Lamb says, message retracted, Gene. Renee Jimenez says, put iPad on shelf for more level view. The problem is the way it sits. It has like a thing in the back. It's the holder that it's in, so that's why. So I'm sorry about that, but that's just something we have to kind of live with. I am going to try to switch to my main computer, which is right in front of me here, and that'll be my Mac. And if I can try to figure out how to do it this week, I'm going to do it this week so I can do live from the computer, which would be way better. Zuri says, what are the best places to get a reliable high-speed internet? Fiber. Converge, PLDT, they're all pretty much the same nowadays. Joshua Settle says, should do. Sinful says, yes, his doctor will talk your ear off. I saw her once. And she does. She'll talk to you for like 3 hours. She talked to me one day for 3 hours and then realized she had talked to me for 3 hours. And she goes, I got to hurry up. And I'm like, I'm not the one who's talking, you know. So, but yes, the dermatologist does like to talk. Let's see, Michael L. says, the Philippine archipelago has eternal summer. Yes, it does. For Android 101, I'm not certain how stable long-term retirement anywhere is these days. In the days coming, always have a plan B and C at this point. You know, I mean, things are changing fast, and sometimes I think the plan A's and the plan B's might not be enough in today's world. Cy says, happy Easter, Cy. RV says, bricks is an option to the PH. Mike married to a beautiful woman. I give myself a $50K a month, and I can't read what else it says. Mike married to a beautiful woman because it cuts off because your name is too long. That's the problem. John Bergeron says, I'm a drinker. Try not to get out of line. I drink San Miguel Light about 8 to 10 a day, but that's in 16 hours. They call me slow and steady. Michael Lee says, I hope your Mac is up to date. Yes, it is. I have a good Mac. Joe Cunningham, I was there early March with a friend. My 75-year-old friend used his passport to avail of a senior's discount in Palawan, but not in Manila. Yes, some places will give you the discount, some places won't. If you have the SRRV card, most places will. You tell them you want to. Do they give retiree discounts? Not senior discounts, retiree discounts. And most places will give it to you. Avalon, the new fans are amazing, very powerful. Zuri says, I meant, where in the Philippines can I get this kind of internet? Mostly just all throughout the Zuri. You can get PLDT and some other ones too. There's Converge and there's a few others. They're all pretty good. Sinful says, Zuri, most areas with major infrastructure will have it. Yes, not all will have it. Most places. Converge is pretty decent. Let's see. Sinful says, otherwise Starlink would be your answer. Actually, guys, if you're going to come here and you got some money in your pocket, go all out and get the Starlink. And you could be anywhere here and just get a backup battery for when they have power outages, and you'll still have Starlink. Okay, so keep that in mind. Get one of those battery packs and possibly a gas generator or something like that. I think you'd be better off. Brian Grady says, I'm so nervous about retiring in the Philippines. I'm 100% with the VA, just nervous about money and being alone there. Alone can be tough. I did a video about being alone. You don't want to be alone here, man. Try to be near our group. You know, Brian, I'm telling you, man, if you're gonna move here, come move near us, and hook up with our group. And at least you got somebody to meet with once a month. And a lot of these people in the group now are hooking up with other people, and a lot of them are having girlfriends and everything. So, Joshua Settle says, I was in with a Pina in 07 in Korea. I was PCS pieces to us and lost contact with her. Found me on social media with with a kid's timeline adds up now. But I'm married now for 15 years, not sure what to do. Okay. Tom's away, says Rosalita Estabilo, dermatologist. Um, you know what? It's Dr. Toledo or something like that. It begins with a T. You'll find her on there. That's the one I'm talking about. I think it's Toledo or something like that. Biero Gano, Joshua Settle, I know the feeling. Sinful says, when I build my house, I will use Starlink. That's the way to go, I think. Mike, married to a beautiful woman, says, have you checked solar energy systems? Yes, I have. I rent, so I don't think I'd want to be doing that. But if I stayed here longer, I'd actually might consider it as a partial thing to keep my electric down lower and cheaper. Tom Pear, Joshua Settle, Steve, missed your comment. Get a DNA test before you do anything to make sure the child is yours. I don't have a child, so I'm all set. Thank God. Sinful says, Mike married to a beautiful woman. I plan on going solar with battery banks. Biero Gano says, must go and fire up wood stove here. Be back soon. We're actually going to end pretty soon, Biero Gano. We're up to 76 minutes. We'll probably end in another 5 or 10 minutes. Must go, let's see. Saturn says, our storage unit's cheaper than the U.S. and a good option. If bring things over and I can't part with that. Our storage units cheap. Storage units are pretty cheap here. Justin has one. Simple says, Biorgano, sorry, LOL. Mike married to a beautiful woman says, I'm looking for company in Negros Oriental. Yeah, I don't know anybody down there. If you were with us, we could, you always have company up here with our group. Michael L. Sinful, what type of batteries? Lead acid, lithium ion, lithium. Biorgano says, LOL. Sinful, Saturn 60, very few and far between. Saturn 60, even in Cebu. Sinful says, the Delta Pro system. Mark Schaefer's design says, Steve, after having a good relationship go south after 9 years, what could possibly make you confident enough to marry? Not trying to get personal, just curious. If I met the right person, there are people out there, but yes, after, I've had a few relationships fall apart, but there are people out there, but I do believe more in the long-term relationship today, the way things are going. Let's face it. But that's my thoughts. I think long-term relationship is good enough. If you stay with a person for life and it works out, it's more likely to work out, I think, that way. Alfred C. says, my PI dream from Lipa City just has installed and tested against cable internet recently. He loves the Starlink. Alan Ricky says, happy Easter. Renee Jimenez just rent a place for storage. Sinfuls, they are LFP batteries. Let's see, we're coming up on 77 minutes. We're at the end of the string here. I'm going to call it a night, guys. But we will be on here next week. If I'm not on here, just tune in the week after. So if there's ever a week that I'm not on here, it's for some reason, and usually I'm around. We usually skip every once in a while, But I want to thank you guys for joining tonight, and have a happy Easter, guys. And I wish you guys all the best. This Easter. But God bless, guys. Take care. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. And thanks to